Well, we're here. Welcome and thank you. I'd be remiss of me if I didn't thank Brian and this incredible staff. I mean, right here is just a portrait of what's making this place so special and what truly influenced me to make the change. And they could all attest to the fact that one of the questions that I had was, what type of support will you give us as a program? It's not about just throwing us the keys and saying, go ahead, run with it as the coach. And I was just uber impressed with what they see, what they envision, how they're going to help support us. And I told them it was going to take a special opportunity for me to move from what I was doing right now. And this is the right place. And it is the people that make up, the success that's going to be ahead of us. So I am very grateful for this opportunity. I'm beyond ecstatic. I hope you guys will see that. I know you will learn that about me. I think, what kind of separates me maybe from some other coaches is the fact that I build our programs on relationships. I want to get to know you guys. I want to know what makes you guys tick. I want to know how I could be a resource for you. That's how I view my position. That's how I view my role. How am I going to try to get the best out of you so that you can be successful with all your future endeavors? Anything with soccer, but even beyond soccer, because that is important. And I mean, you look at all this infrastructure, you look at everything that UMBC is providing, and I was someone who was kind of like, didn't know much about it until about 2 years ago when I drove by the campus. I was like, whoa, this is actually quite impressive. People relate it to maybe it's in Baltimore. Well, it's really not in Baltimore, but we have the luxury of going to a city like Baltimore, and I come here and I look at the athletic facilities and the infrastructure. I mean, we're set up for some tremendous success. What you guys have done, and I've watched 4 games now, we're not far off. But guess what? We're going to make it even better by making some of these adjustments, by tweaking some things. We are going to be bringing in other players as well. But you guys are not only the success or the past success, but you're going to be very influential in what our future is going to hold and all the future successes that come and follow. All right? So a little bit about me personally first. I'm sure that's what you want to know. I have been through the trenches. I have gone and experienced great times, but I've also experienced low times, both as a player, right? I've achieved many championships as a player, as a coach, as a head coach, as an assistant coach, but I've also lost a lot. And those are the moments actually I reflect on the most, because that's what's making me better. That's what's making me stronger. And I've been humble enough to look at it and say, all right, well, maybe I need to adjust in these areas. And guess what? I'm human, just like I know you guys are human. And we are always going to work through times of adversity together so that we can get stronger, so that we can build forward. But we're also going to be held accountable, right? We're also going to do it with respect and integrity, because that's my biggest thing. I have a mantra, and I said it to the likes of you guys when I met with you. Character, commitment, success, right? So, character is pretty much your moral compass, isn't it? Are you going to be the player who's a senior and too big to go pick up the balls and carry them to the bus or something like that? Because I'll tell you what, all the successful teams I've been around, it's usually the older kids who do all that stuff. It's not the freshmen. And to me, I'm very observant with that stuff, because I'm also someone who will help pick up the balls or move something when it needs to be moved, or pick up something when it needs to be picked up. So we're going to surround ourselves with great character people. And that's how I'm going to recruit too. Almost character is going to be outweighing some of the talent. We're going to find talented players, but I don't want talent to be here and low character here, because that's going to be an awful attribute for us, right? It's just going to cause too many riptides. So good character kids, good character young women is what we're going to be looking for. Commitment, okay? Everything takes some sort of commitment. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do for the betterment of not only just yourself, but this team? And that's going to be well observed. That's going to be discussed all the time. You know, it's not always going to be easy. If it was meant to be easy, guess what? There's going to be 100 other people sitting in this chair. But you guys were selected to be here to represent this institution. And it wasn't going to be easy. So what are you going to sacrifice? What are you going to put into it? How much of effort are you willing to provide for the betterment of this team and this program? And I'm going to hold you accountable to that. We're going to have those discussions. We're going to set goals. We're going to set objectives, milestones, whatever you want to call it. It's easy to say it, but now I'm going to say, can you put your words to it? All right? And then you know what happens at the end? Success happens in the end. And success is measured in so many ways. They might view it as how many wins we're getting, right? People are going to go to the website, future recruits, how many wins are we getting? Well, the wins are going to come, but we're going to hit milestones first. We're going to hold ourselves accountable to doing things right, paying attention to the details, so that now we're achieving these little moments that are important to our success that's going to lead to those results. And I'm a firm believer in that. I've been doing this for over 25 years now, and this is how I'm formulating it. And this is the special place that has brought me to where I want to be in helping and guiding with you guys, okay? You guys are going to drive this ship. That's what I think you need to understand. Yes, I may lead it. We're going to have an incredible staff that's going to help and assist with that stuff. But you guys are going to help lead this. This program is about you. I'm the resource. It's about you, okay? So, you know, we're going to have tons of meetings, especially leading into the spring and stuff like that, about who we are, what our goals and expectations are going to be. But, you know, the primary goal, or our priority standard and expectation, because that's what we'll consider them, is if you want to be treated like an adult, act like an adult. That's all. Let's have respect, integrity when you walk around this campus, when you represent us in any form and manner. That's all I'm asking. If that kind of sways on the bad side, that's when we have the conversations. They're going to be the hard conversations, right? But all I ask for is respect, integrity, communication, honesty, all that good stuff that makes up a good character person. And if we do that, guess what? We're going to have an awesome time. We're going to have a lot of banter. We're going to share a lot of laughs. We'll have some tears, but we'll have a lot of enjoyment. We could lift trophies, because I'll tell you what, there's no better feeling than that. And that feeling never, ever, ever gets old. Trust me. As old as I am, and still lifting it just as recently as a month ago, the euphoria I got, and I didn't kick the ball. All I did was help prepare them, watching them succeed and their tears that they were crying. Good Lord, it was the best feeling ever. So I want more of that, and I want it as a retriever. How's that sound? You guys on board with that? Are you? Well, I'm here. I'm in transition, obviously, for the next couple weeks. January 3rd is when I'll be here full time, and I'm hitting the road right away. As you guys probably remember, Sanford, down in EC&L land, Fort Lauderdale now, and all that stuff. I'll be there for that weekend, but obviously when you guys arrive, I'll be creating our spring schedule. I got to learn a lot of stuff of what makes UMBC tick and all the operations behind it. Heck, I don't even know where our locker room is. Someone going to show us our locker room? You know, we're going to hit the ground running, and we're going to build something special. And the work starts now, right? You guys get to go home, celebrate, and enjoy the holidays with each other and your family. And then once we step back on that field, put our head down, we grind. Cool?